Shalom. Let me see. Looking down here. Shalom, 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 shalom. Peace, peace. Hope everybody's Hanukkah went good for the last 8 days. You know, we done with the 8th day of Hanukkah. There's more to it than just lighting candle or lighting a menorah. That's the part we gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? The 9-branch candlestick, that's you know, it wasn't a command out of Yah's mouth verbatim to do that. It started in the time of the Maccabees. You see what I'm saying? So we not. It's not pertaining to man-made traditions, because if it been like that, everybody got their eyes off the prize. The prize is Yeshua, and he participated in it. But you know, we got a lot of Pharisee-minded people around up in this mud, in our house, within our race, within our culture, and you know, people who call themselves coming into the quote unquote coming into the truth. But there's too many of that in the house of Israel. It's been a big, you know, flare around in the house of Israel, like a big old flare around of this thing about Esau or Gentiles can be saved. Okay? And just on the topic of how we even word things when we say it, shows that many of us is, even though we done, you know, took off the Sunday suit and put on a garment and put some fringes on it and wrapped our little heads around some mitris, some turbans, you know, even though we did that, mentally, we never left the cotton field. Mentally, a lot of my brothers and sisters in this, in what we call this truth, yeah, they're saying shalom, they got some fringes on, but mentally, psychologically, spiritually, they never left the world. They never left the Sunday church. They never left those things. They just got on a garment and they know how to say shalom. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors, you know, because we know we got a lot of Negros that's in love with this religion or ancestor religion. Our ancestors is the reason why, you know, let me say, our ancestors is the reason why, you know, we got kicked out. And when we got kicked out, we was wearing our fringes. We knew how to speak Hebrew. We was saying shalom and all that, you know. But see, we left Egypt, but Egypt didn't leave us. That's why out of the first generation, only Joshua and Caleb made it through, and all of the youngsters 21 and under. Or I think 20 and under, one of the two. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't leave it mentally. And this is why you have Israelites in this truth still fighting arm tooth and nail for your oppressors who's already living out their salvation now. They the ones call the shots. They the one. See, here's the thing, and this is an Edomite that said this. I don't know. I'm not gonna say his name, you know, but I'll post it later. He said, when you don't understand white supremacy and how it operates, whatever you call yourself believing in, it don't mean nothing. Okay? Because it makes absolutely no sense for you to be, okay, let me give you an example. We have, right, 2 neighbors. One stay on this side of the block, the other neighbor stay on the other side of the block. Right? And the neighbor from the left side of the block goes, kick down the door, rob, steal, and you know, rape, rob, murder, rape, rob, murder, to destroy, humiliate the people that's in the other house. They take them and bring them over to this house. Rape their little girls and boys and whoop them, change their names, take their language, do everything. And then after a while, the family that's been kidnapped, some of them get to come into their senses. But they trying to speak to their other relatives that's in the same basement, like, hey, let's get together. We realizing how this house operates. We can escape this. But the other relatives don't want to do that because they love being in the house of their oppressors. Massa good, Massa good. I'm not trying to escape tonight. Massa good. We got some good clothes. We got some good this. We did this when we was in Egypt. Oh, we got some. See, we might as well just go back and go to Egypt because we had some good cucumber. We had some good vegetables. We was eating good, living good. We had our way. We was comfortable. And you had slaves that was comfortable about massa. And now today you have Israelites that's comfortable with this world, comfortable with Esau, however they communicating off the internet, because it definitely got something to do with all that. And so we trying to rise about this thing mentally, this psychological concept. We trying to rise up out of it. We trying to rise up out of it. And it's hard to rise out of it. This is why the Most High Yah has to send his angels to separate the wheat from the goat, from the wheat from the tare. Because we're trying to rise, but you got Israelites that got their fringes on, got their turbans on, got their robes on, know how to say shalom, know how to speak a little bit of Hebrew. You got Israelites that's but they still love their oppressors. Bruh, you fighting for the salvation of a nation that's already in their salvation, and you not even in your own land. You helping somebody else's house out. You investing in somebody else's house, and you haven't even got your own house yet. And you Israelites that want to just hold on to the hem of Esau's garment so bad that you can't let him go. You are those tares that's going to get cut off. It's a principle that is done in every tribe on this earth. You go over there to that tribe of people, don't come back. You stay over there. Every tribe of people do that. Go to these Chaldean stores, nigga. Yeah, they fucking our women, but you ain't about to be touching none of this. And you Esau can get salvation Israelites, the Israelites that's fighting for it. Basically, come on, let's just say it how it is. You out here fighting for your master. You out here fighting for master. That's what you're doing. Well, you got another way, better way of wording it? That's what you're doing. When we go in scriptures, anytime Paul dealt with a heathen, it was for the likeness of our people. Just because I go tell a heathen I'm a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, that doesn't give that heathen salvation. Servitude is not salvation in being saved. And that's another problem within the house of Israel. We have little to no interest of learning our language so we can talk back to our language. We go up in these grocery stores, they get to talking in their language. You ladies that still want to go and do each other and have these heathens do your hair and nails and feet and stuff like that, what they get to doing? They get to speaking their language. But we call ourselves being in the truth. I hear from the Lord. I hear from the Lord, and you don't even have no interest in learning your language. It doesn't add up. It don't. You hear from the Lord, but you still got your exes on your cell phone. It don't add up. It does not add up. So that slavery house nigga mentality is running real tight in the house of Israel. And so the word of Yah teaches, it says, cry out loud, spare not, and show Israel their sins. And that's what I'm doing right now. A trumpet, after the ending of the Hanukkah, a trumpet is being blown. And, you know, may the Most High Yah use me, and may the Most High Yah speak to all of the Israelites who he is dealing with and that knows take them seriously, to touch their hearts to get on here and talk to these people here in internet land, man. Because in not only internet land, but when you leave outside the house, wherever you go, starting with your family in your house. And if you're the only one in your house, you look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, the house nigga, the slavery mentality is deep in Israel, and it's time for it to get called out. All this, if you fighting for Esau and you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, everything you own is owned by somebody else. You had to buy it from somebody else with his money. You remember what Yahweh said. He took that coin and said, whose face is on this dollar bill? Whose face is on this coin? Caesar's. So what did Yahweh tell him? Well, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. That dollar bills you got, that's his property. That's your permission slip to get his merchandise. It's all about total control. And while you in that state that you were so comfortable in, you fighting for the people who got you locked up. You in this man's cages, you in his jails, and you in his jails fighting for him. After he took all of your goods, I go in somebody's house and steal everything they got. And the people. And now half the people is fighting for me against the people that's trying to escape. I mean, that's you know, but we rolling in the era of that. What a lot of this is, right? A lot of you guys is out. Once you one way on the internet, and then when you get off the internet, you a whole nother person. You can fool me, yes, you can fool me, but you can't fool the mighty Yah, and you don't seem to. You so much in the flesh, you don't seem to understand that. So you out here doing shit you ain't got no business doing. So the Most High Yah will turn you over to a reprobated mind, and a lot of you Israelites is going in that state because you not living right. Your heart ain't right, no way. So he blew out that light from that candle, took that candle and left you void. And this is why you talking the shit you talking not. You know different than a house nigga. The house nigga fights for his master. And when you fighting for Esau's salvation, that is what you doing. You know different. You just gotta know that. You just gotta know that. I just had to get that off my chest. May Almighty Yah add a blessing in reading to this word, you know, and you know, whoever hear this, you know, just pray morning, noon, and night. Well, I just had to get that off my chest. You know, anybody know me, you got a question, hit me up, shit. I talks about this, and I want to do this shit, you know, we do it public or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Blessed be the name of Yah. But, you know, I'm just want to talk to the peoples, man. All right, bless y'all.